श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। So we saw in the Sambandha Bhashya, Shankaracharya first explained that Acharya Shankara three paths. One is Devayana, Pitruyana, Adhomarga, but nacha ubhayoho margayoho anyatarasmin api marga atyantaki purushat siddhi. So either of these paths will not take you to the realization. So Advaita Vijnanam is possible. Nacha Advaita Atma Vijnanat Anyatra Atyantaki Nisreyasa Praptihi. Without non-dual experience, total cessation or absolute freedom or liberation is not possible. So Tatha Dvaita Vishaya Anruta Abhisandasya Bandhanam, and he said how we are getting caught up in with the associated with the Dvaita Vishayam, duality, like a thief and the rod example, axe example, heated axe. How it, similarly, if we hold on to duality, it burns us. Atayeva na karma sahabhavi Advaita Atma Darshanam. Therefore, in Advaita Atma Darshanam, there is no scope for the existence of any karma. Kriya Karaka Phala Bheda Upamardena Sadeka Sat Ekameva Advitiyam Atma eva idam sarvam itya iti evam adi vakya janitasya bhadaka pratyaya anupapattehe. All those thoughts which are obstructing the experience are all actually deleted, removed in Advaita Atma Darshanam. That's the purpose. So karma vidhi pratyayati chet na katra bhoktra svabhava vijnanavataha tad janita karma phala raga dvesha adi doshavatascha karma vidhanat. So karma is given only to the ignorant man who is feeling that, who is having that the raga, dvesha, all those faults are there, considers himself as an individual separate from totality. For him alone karma is prescribed, not to anybody else. Now, then okay, so then again I asked, adhikata sakala vedarthasya karma vidhanat advaita jnanavataha api karma iti chet? No. So Advaita Jnanavataha, because Veda prescribes karma, you may have non-dual wisdom, but still karma cannot be given up. If I say so, answer is no. Because कर्म अधिकृत विषयस्य कर्तृभोक्त्रादि ज्ञानस्य स्वाभाविकस्य सत एकमेव अद्वितीयम् आत्मा वेदं सर्वम् इति अनेन उपमर्दितत्वात्. Because of the non-dual experience, all this duality such as karta, bhokta, etc. has been dissolved. Therefore, tasmat avidyadi doshavatah eva karmani vidiyante na advaita jnanavatah. Not to the one who had got this non-dual experience, karma is not prescribed to him, but only for a avidya person who considers himself, I am separate from totality, who considers I am a doer, I am a bhokta, karta, etc. Atayeva hi vakshati. Therefore, it will be said in the future of the same Upanishad in the coming chapters, Sarva ete punyaloka bhavanti brahma samsto amrutattvameti. All those people who perform karmas and attain punya, they go to different punyalokas, but brahma samstaha amrutattvameti. The one who is established in Brahman, he attains immortality. So, till that we have seen. Tatra etasmin, यहाँ से शुरू करना है. तत्र एतस्मिन् अद्वैत विद्या प्रकरणे अभ्युदय साधनानि उपासनानि उच्यन्ते. कैवल्य सन्निकृष्ट फलानि च अद्वैताद् ईषद् विकृत ब्रह्म विषयाणि मनोमयः प्राणशरीरः इत्यादीनि कर्म समृद्धि फलानि च कर्मांग संबंधीनि रहस्य सामान्यात् मनोवृत्ति सामान्यात् च. यथा अद्वैत ज्ञानम मनोवृत्ति मात्रम तथा अन्यानि उपासनानि मनोवृत्ति रूपाणि इति अस्ति हि सामान्यम. कः तर्हि अद्वैत ज्ञानस्य उपासनानां च विशेषः उच्यते. Now see, तत्र एतस्मिन् सति, that being so, since this is like this, तत्र एतस्मिन् अद्वैत विद्या प्रकरणे अभ्युदय साधनानि उपासनानि उच्यन्ते. Now the text what we are studying is Advaita Prakarana. In the text which is spoken about Advaita, non-dual reality, there in the same text some upasanas are mentioned. Upasanas are what? For what purpose? Upasanas which are means for prosperity. Abhyudaya sadhanani. Vidya Prakarane Abhyudaya sadhanani upasanani uchyante. Upasanas are spoken which gives you prosperity. Now all these things we will see now in the entire Upanishad. So there are many upasanas are given meant for prosperity. They are all means of prosperity, for prosperity. Now, why Advaita Prakarana mein in the text Upanishad, what is the relevance of upasanas? That will be said in Advaita. Because you say karma, upasana, they are all nothing, only non-dual wisdom is final. But in the text dealing with the non-dual aspect of reality, that is non-dualism, Advaita, where is the scope for karma and upasana also? So why upasanas are mentioned in Upanishadic Bhaga? So that will be told. So now what the upasanas are? Kaivalya Sannikrishta Palani cha Advaitad Ishad Vikruta Brahma Vishayani Manomayaha Prana Sharira Ityadini Karma Samruddhi Palani cha Karmanga Sambandhini. Now see, one by one we will take up. First one is, these upasanas, not only they give you prosperity, means of prosperity, but Kaivalya Sannikrishta Palani, they take you nearer to Brahma Vidya, Brahman. Sannikrishta means proximity. So Kaivalya Sannikrishta means these upasanas, if you practice, slowly they take you to the nearer to Brahman. So this is called Krama Mukti. Step by step you are led. So first fruit, not only prosperity, upasanas give you prosperity. What is the meaning of prosperity? That we will see again later on. Only when you study upasanas, then you will understand what is prosperity. Prosperity means don't imagine 2 ATM cards and 3 debit cards and 1 bungalow and 1 car. That is stupidity. That is not prosperity at all. In the sense of larger prosperity, this is nothing. Larger prosperity doesn't mean again name at global level, money at the richest man on the globe. That is also not actually meant here. There are so many higher prosperities are there. They are included. This prosperity on the globe is included. But you are lifted up more and more, deeper and deeper. So these upasanas slowly take you to the Kaivalya Sannikrishta Palani. Number one. Advaita, what is the Kaivalya Sannikrishta Palani means what? What do you mean by taking you nearer to Brahman? Meaning, Advaitad Ishad Vikruta Brahma. Ishad means slightly. Advaitat Ishad. Slightly different from non-dual experience. That non-dual Brahma, like a modified, slightly modified Brahman. Vikruta. Vikruta means modified. So, Shuddha Brahma, no. But they will take you to slightly modified Brahman. What do you mean by slightly modified Brahman? That is said afterwards that Vishayani, Manomayaha, Prana Shariraha. This is the Mundaka Upanishad. Mundaka Upanishad spoke about Brahma as Pranamaya Sharira. When he works total Samashti Prana, Samashti Manaha, it was mentioned. So that means what? When you reach totality, like Ishwaratva, like you totality you reach, then you are very close to Brahman. So that Brahman who has become Pranamaya, Samashti Prana, Samashti Manaha, that Brahma Vastu. So slightly modified is non-dual Brahman, slightly came down, little one step is called Upadhi Brahma, Saguna Brahma or Karya Brahma at the highest level. So that Brahman is pointed out here in Upanishads as Pranamayaha, Manomayaha, full of mind. Mind is Hiranyagarbhakyam, otherwise called as Hiranyagarbha. So that is slightly modified Brahman. So these upasanas will take you to up to that point. Ishad Vikruta Brahma Vishayani, Manomayaha, Prana Sharira Ityadini, Karma Samruddhi Palanicha. Now, moreover, these upasanas will enhance your fruits of karma. Mere karma, that we'll see slowly we'll see. Mere karma you perform, you get suppose X result. But with upasana you perform karma, you get X plus something. So the karma phalam is enhanced with the help of upasana. So that's what karmanga sambandhini. Now what is karmanga sambandhini? We'll again repeat and repeat. These upasanas are actually, first of all, for Grihastha, only karmas are prescribed. Grihastha, only karma kanda. Yajna karma, yaga karma, Darsha Purnamasa. And very little upasana is given to him. There is nothing meditation, nothing dhyana, nothing, not required. First you do lagatar karma. Various karmas you perform. Agnihotra, puja, parayanam, patha. All those things. So our entire Grihastha. And as he slowly moves into Vanaprastha, karmas are reduced, upasanas are increased. Then you move on to sannyasa, there is no karma, only upasana. Meditations. So then upasana only, you go highest upasanas you perform, you do, sannyasi, a deep level, then that also falls off, then real nididhyasana begins. Tattva nischayam. And he remains in that. So this is a grade. Now karma anga sambandhi meaning karma anga sambandhini. Now upasanas are karma anga. Upasana is karma anga here. Karma anga upasana. Karma anga upasana means sambandhini. The upasana has a relationship with the karma as anga of karma, not angi. Angi is whole, W-H-O-L-E. Angi, whole. Anga, a limb, a part. No, karma becomes pradhanam. Karma is mukhyam. Upasana is angi, part. So now, for a grahastha, majority of karma, slight upasana, but as you increase upasana bhaga, so mukhyam is karma only. So only karma you do, you get some phalam, but as a part of ritual, upasana becomes a part of the main ritual. Upasana is not mukhyam there. Karma is important. So in that karma, upasana becomes a part of it. So that is called where karma is mukhyam, pradhanam, primary, upasana is gaunam, apradhanam, secondary. That is called karmanga upasana. So in karmanga upasana, karma is pradhanam, upasana is apradhanam. It is secondary. Example, if you do, what is the benefit of karmanga upasana? The benefit of karmanga upasana over mere karma is the fruits, the results of karma are enhanced. See? Karma samruddhi palani cha karmanga sambandhi. Karma samruddhi palani. You do perform karma, but upasana is added, that phalam will enhance. So therefore upasana is used in the part of, as a part of ritual. But ritual is important. Upasana is secondary. But benefit is, it enhances the fruits of karma. That is why it is given in all our karma kanda, whatever ritual you do, the first dhyanam is there, no dhyanam. For example, Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana. Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana you do, that Parayana phalam you get, karma. Parayana is a karma. Part is a karma. You get karma phala, okay. But add upasana to it, pradhanam is part. But during the part, you know, I know, our mind is never in the part. It goes on and on everywhere. That everybody knows. But do you mean to say that because merely sitting in a prangan, and even though we are chanting not with concentration, mind is running away, will I not got any fruit, will I not get? You get fruit. A little fruit, whatever you get little phalam. But if I add first upasana to that karma as a small portion of it, so the phalam of Vishnu Sahasranama part will become manifold. The fruits will multiply. What do you mean by that? That is why Kshirodhanva Pradeshe Shuchimat, like that the dhyana sloka is given. And Lalita Sahasranama, dhyana sloka is given first. Any puja, dhyanam is given. Dhyanam, then avahanam. But avahanam to Shodashopachara puja, karma. So in the portion of 1.5 hour karma, you are spending a minute in dhyanam. That dhyanam is called upasana. Because that dhyanam, if you do, a better concentration is expected during the karma. Because of that upasana aspect is added to the main karma, the fruits of karma is enhanced. So this is called karmanga upasana. In the entire Chandogya Upanishad, the first 5 chapters, upasanas, karmanga upasanas are given more. What is other upasana? Swatantra upasana, where there is no sambandha with karma. That is called higher upasanas. But first to do karma, slowly progress yourself to perform karmanga upasana, where upasana is added to karma. And as you increase the strength of upasana, slowly karmas are dropped and only upasanas are done in sannyasa ashram, where there is no bondage of anything of household activity. A life dedicated only to meditation and shastra adhyayanam. No chinta. There is nothing. No worry at all. But a householder has so many worries to run the house, not one. So therefore, to householder, this karmanga upasana is prescribed. First, rituals are more. As a part of it, a minimum dhyanam, say about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, as a dhyana sloka you do, that enhances the karma. So this kind of upasanas which are given in this Upanishad, Acharya Shankara says, purpose is what? Karma samruddhi palani cha karmanga sambandhini. So karmanga upasanas are given in this Upanishad to enhance the fruits of karma. So far clear? So in Brahma Vidya, there is no karma. So why then upasana bhoga is given? For slowly to introduce, for 2 reasons. Acharya mentions again, rahasya samanyat, manovritti samanyat cha. Acharya Shankara has taken 2 common points. First of all, as a preparation required. Immediately Upanishad Jnanam is not possible, Advaita Jnanam. Slowly it has to be taught through upasanas. Okay. Now, so many, as we progress, we will understand. Now, what is samanya, meaning common thing, commonality between upasana and this Advaita Jnana sadhana? There should become commonality. Acharya Shankara says, rahasya samanyat. Both are upasana, also Advaita, both are rahasyamayam. Rahasyamayam means secret mystery. Mysteries are there. Advaita Jnanam, if you understand, it's a great mystery. Upasanas also are mysterious. Rahasya sama. Therefore, to unlock the mysteries, we need the support of Upanishad to teach us what is the secret behind this upasana, what is the secret behind this Advaita sadhana. So both are rahasyamayam. So rahasya vidya it is called. Because both are not easy to understand. Upasanas also are not easy to understand. You need a greater power of imagination to do upasana. And to make the mind and intellect sharper and sharper, to do upasana, that is required. And unless we are initiated, unless a guru reveals the secrets behind the upasanas, we will never be able to understand what is upasana. Okay? Rahasyamayam. Similarly, Advaita Jnanam, the secret, it is a vidya only to be learned from at the feet of teacher. Why? What is the samanyam? Manovritti samanyatcha. Rahasya samanyat, manovritti samanyat. Both are mysterious and both Advaita Jnanam, sadhana and upasana are nothing but the modifications of mental vritti. They are mind only. Both at the mind level. Because Advaita Jnanam, other than Anubhav, when you are doing the Jnana part as a sadhana, what are you doing? It is a manovritti. Upasana, manovritti. So, no manovritti samanya. Both the commonality is mental vrittis only. Manovritti. Yatha Advaita Jnanam manovritti matram, tatha anyani upasanani manovritti rupani iti asti samanyam. See, just as Advaita Jnanam is manovritti matram. By Aham Brahmasmi manovritti. Ekameva dvitiyam manovritti. I am that manovritti. I am that pure Satchidananda, asangoham, manovritti. So all that manovrittis you cross, then anubhava will take place. Anubhava is not manovritti. But sadhana is manovritti. So what are your thoughts you are entertaining? If you are entertaining worldly thoughts, you become that, samsari. You are entertaining the thoughts of Advaita, you become Advaiti. Slowly, steadily, you will get experience. Both are manovritti. So, tatha eva upasananam. Upasana is manovritti only. So, both are at the mental level and both are mysterious, secret vidya, to be revealed by the help with the teacher, by the help of a teacher. Therefore, these two are same. Nane samanya, some kind of commonality is seen between upasana and Advaita Jnana. Now, kahatarhi Advaita Jnanasya upasananam cha visheshaha. Okay, sir, commonality is both are secretmayam and both are manovrittimayam. You said it. Thank you very much. But now, what is the difference between non-dual knowledge of, that is non-duality, Advaita Jnanam, Anubhava realization and Upasana? What is the difference then? Commonality you said. But what is the difference between Upasana and Advaita Jnanam? Here in this next paragraph, this entire paragraph speaks about difference between, only one major difference between Advaita Jnanam and Upasana. First one, Swabhavikasya Atmani Akriye Adhyaropitasya Katradi Karaka Kriya Palabheda Vijnanasya Nivartakam Advaita Vijnanam. What is Advaita Vijnanam? Advaita Vijnanam is Nivartakam. Nivartakam means it will destroy, demolish. What does it demolish? Advaita Jnanam demolishes Swabhavikasya Atmani Akriye Adhyaropitasya Katradika. In the Swabhavikasya Atmani, Advaye Atmani, Swabhavikasya Akriye Atmani, in the self which is by nature Akriyam, there is no action. In the actionless self, Swabhavikasya Atmani, Akriye Atmani, where there is no Kriya there, in the pure Brahman, Adhyaropitasya, in that actionless Brahman, something is superimposed. What are superimposed? Katru Adi Karaka Kriya Palabheda. Katrutva bhav, doership, agentship, action, and desire for fruits. Right? All these differences are created, superimposed on actionless Brahman. On actionless Brahman, where there is no activity in Brahman, pure consciousness, on that Akriya or Nishkriya Brahmani, all these things are superimposed. Right? Now, these superimposed things, Katruttvadi Karakriya Palabheda Vijnanasya, so all this knowledge born out of, that is duality, knowledge of duality, Dvaita Jnanam. All this Dvaita Jnanam is demolished. So what does Advaita do? Advaita demolishes all the duality and dual experiences of the soul, the jiva. All duality is demolished. That is the Advaita Jnanam. Now, what does Upasana do? Upasana will not destroy Kartrutva bhav, will not destroy your ego. Upasana will not. Upasana will purify you. Upasana will purify you. Upasana will take you to higher realms. Upasana will take you to Brahmaloka. But Upasana will not demolish all those things which are superimposed on the jiva, on Atma. Now, so, Rajvado iva sarpadi adhyaropalakshana jnanasya Rajvadi swarupa nishchaya prakasha nimittaha. Now, how Advaita Jnanam is taking us now? Rajvado iva, just as on the rope the superimposition of snake took place, then that superimposition of snake is destroyed by the knowledge of the rope. What is the reason? Prakasha nimittaha. The cause is prakasha. When the light has come, the superimposition on the rope, superimposition of snake on the rope is destroyed. So Advaita Jnanam, what does it do? Advaita Jnanam is like a light, prakashaka. That light will demolish all the superimpositions and the rope is revealed. Adhisthana Brahma is revealed. This is what Advaita Jnanam does. Okay. In Upasanam too, here I quoted the first day. You are searching for pages, no? I said don't search. Yahan pe aaya hai. Upasanam tu yatha shastra samarthitam kinchid alambanam upadaya tasmin samana chitta vritti santana karanam tad vilakshana prachayantaratam iti visheshaha. What is upasana? Yatha shastra samarthitam. Number one, upasana is nothing but samana chitta vritti santana karanam. Samana chitta vritti santana. Santana means continuity. Flow of continuous thoughts towards an object of meditation. Kinchid alambanam, object of meditation. Right? What is that object of meditation? Supported by a scripture, not as per your own choice. There is some support is there. So scripture mentions about that support. You took that support. Plus you started contemplating on that. So the flow of thoughts flowed from you towards the object of contemplation. Right? And tad vilakshana vritti, other than that foreign thoughts, other than these stream of thoughts, any other thought is a foreign. So those foreign thoughts are not allowed. Foreign thoughts are not allowed to cut this stream of thoughts which you are contemplating, releasing, meditating on an object of meditation which has a scriptural sanction. That is called upasana. So in upasana, antakarana shuddhi takes place. Upadhi is still there, but you become subtler and subtler and you reach higher realms, higher regions. But completely the superimposed kartrutva bhava etc. is not demolished. So what is Advaita? I mean upasana phala is what? One is it enhances. If you do sakama upasana, your fruits are enhanced. If you do nishkama upasana, antakarana shuddhi takes place and you become adhikari for Brahma Vidya. If you sakama upasana you do, whatever desire you want, I want to become Indra, I want to become Adhipati of this loka, that loka, or I want to create my own tiny loka and sit there. Whatever upasana you wanted to do, through that sakama upasana, you will get that. But nishkama upasana you do, you will reach, antakarana shuddhi takes place and you reach Brahman as the final destination. But upasana is a powerful tool. One is it will give you all prosperity, abhyudaya, in this sense what I said now, or it will take you nearer to Brahman. If you are not interested in anything and interested only in Brahma Vidya, Brahmanubhuti, then you are not completely fit for that. On the way, you are extremely purified, you will be taken to Brahmaloka. There Brahmaji will give one day Tattvamasi Bodha. With that instruction, you will be liberated from there. So upasana is like this. Okay. So difference between upasana and Advaita Jnanam we saw. Tani etani upasanani sattva shuddhikaratvena vastutatva avabhasakatvat अद्वैत ज्ञान उपकारकाणि आलंबन विषयत्वात् सुसाध्यानि च इति पूर्वम उपन्यस्यन्ते. Now, तानि एतानि उपासनानि, these upasanas, what is that? By purifying your intellect, mind and intellect, sattva shuddhi karatvena, by purifying your mind and intellect, what will they do? Vastu tattva avabhasakatvat. What does it do? Because this sattva shuddhi took place, okay? Because of the mental purity, what is that? It will present a glimpses of reality of Brahman to you. See? Vastu tattva avabhasakatvat. It will really give you a glimpse. Some light is thrown on the nature of reality. Vastu, nature, reality, nature of reality. Vastu tattva, nature of reality. So some light is thrown on that. By what? By upasana. By nishkama upasana. You become purified. Because of purity, some light is thrown on that about Vidya, Brahma. So, moreover, Advaita Jnana Upakarakani. So, this becomes helpful in realizing the non-dual nature of Brahman. Which one? Upasanas. Upasanas become helpful in realizing the non-dual nature of Brahman. Advaita Upakarakani Alambana Vishayatvat Susadhyani. Moreover, these upasanas are having some support. Alambana is given. Alambana is support. Because in every upasana there is alambanam. Alambana rahita upasana no. Upasana means an alambanam is there. Because of presence of alambana, presence of support, it becomes susadhyani, extremely easy for the seeker to progress. Think. So support is given, so proceed easily. So support is given, sattva shuddhi karatvena, vastu tattva bhasakatvat, because of purity of mind and intellect, the nature of reality, a light is thrown upon that. You will understand first intellectually what could be the nature of that reality. You have grasped it, you understood it, convinced, so that one happened. Advaita Jnana Upakarakani, Alambana Vishayatva, and these become helpful in Advaita Jnanam, all these supports. Plus, because Upasana contains a support Alambanam, it becomes easy for people to practice. Bhagavan Krishna said, no, in 12th chapter, what did he say? That to contemplate on Nirguna Brahma is difficult. See, that's why Saguna Bhakti he prescribed there. Acharya Shankara says Bhakti is a form of Upasana only. He equated it to Upasana in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. But Bhakti scope is limited, Upasanas are wider. Because Upasana is a tool for you to achieve anything. Bhakti is as a worship is only oriented towards God. So it will give you some scope. But Upasana scope is wider in practices. Techniques are wider. And the field of experience is wider. Abhyudaya is wider. Think. So, as Upasana, as a scope, more scope is there. So now, therefore, Upasana Susadhyani cha iti Purva Upanyasyante. Because of these reasons, Upasanas are mentioned. Purvam means what? At the beginning of the Upanishad itself, these are taught. Before we go to 6th chapter, where Tattvamasi Bodha takes place, Suddha Jnanam, Advaita Jnanam. Before that, the first 5 chapters, Upasanas are presented so that for us to make our mind and intellect purify. Number 1, easily grasp the glimpses of Brahman, Advaita Jnanam, because of the purity of the mind and intellect. And Upasanas to practice itself becomes easy because there is a support given to me. very easy to practice, and therefore, because of these reasons, these are taught in the beginning of the Upanishad itself. Upanyasyanti. Clear? Tatra कर्माभ्यासस्य दृढ़ीकृतत्वात् कर्म परित्यागेन उपासना एव दुःखं चेतः समर्पणं कर्तुम् इति कर्मांग विषयमेव तावद् आदौ उपासनम् उपन्यस्यते. उपासनम् उपन्यस्यते. Now, a person who is extremely caught up in karma, that too there is no, in our case, there is not even Shastra Vihita karma, we are not caught up. First of all, to get caught up, we should do something, no? See, karma is what? Karma is a prescribed format. A prescribed format is there. Shastra prescribed a format of karma based on your varna, dharma, based on your ashrama. There is a karma prescribed. Live this way. So Dharma Shastra points out how to live our life. Sometimes you may slip, doesn't matter. That is not a big problem. Mistakes everybody does it. But a format is there. So in that format, if you do properly, then you get, first of all, in that format, if you follow, the first benefit is we are not dragged into adhogati, towards adhogati. Adhogati, nether regions or lower worlds, or further fall, or we may become animal to plant, we don't know. First benefit, a decent karma as a format, a honesty, simple with values, some life, a format is required. Now, in that format, if you follow and you start living, you get obsessed with karma. So many of us are obsessed with procedures, obsessed with rules and even in kitchen. Even in kitchen, all those ladies, for example, they are obsessed with some procedure. They know, I can see that they are caught up there. But they don't understand. So what happens? Like men also. Men or women. Men example is another example. We can take it up. They are also obsessed at home, in the office. One word is enough, procedure. You get obsessed. What happens in the karma, first a format is adopted. A format is adopted to bring some discipline, some constructive lifestyle, value-oriented lifestyle, to protect myself from further fall. That format is adopted. But as I am living the format, I get obsessed with the format. When you get obsessed with the format, you will not progress. Like one format, so many formats people, Chinmaya Mission Noida had formats before I came here. You had prescribed formats. So those formats you tried to rub on my head when I came 10 years back. Everybody, हमारे यहाँ ऐसे ही होता है, तो ऐसे तुम करो फिर. Those prescribed formats, which is a matter of convenience, was taken up by earlier acharyas here. Those formats are not so relevant and important. Work is important. Some formats are temporarily, so you got obsessed with the format. And you tried maximum to rub those formats on my head. Because I applied grease on my head, nothing was sticking to my head. So what happens? First you start a format, then the format catches you and binds you, and you get obsessed and you get caught up. That is called, Acharya Shankaracharya says, karma abhyasasya. One who is doing practice of karma, regularly abhyasi, karma abhyasasya, see, karma abhyasi, what happens? Dhrudikrutatvat. You become it becomes so upset, it becomes a what do you call, a snooze on your neck. Rope around your neck. You get caught up with it. Now, because of karma abhyasa, so much karma, and mind is not willing to come out of it, willing to contemplate on anything, you are unable to give up that, not drop the karma. But karma, format, whatever dharma is continued. At the same time, there is no mamatva buddhi in that. So, dhrudikrutatvat, because the karma becomes so strong in our lives, we get obsessed and we get caught up in the karma. What happens? Karma parityagena upasana eva dukkham cheta samarpanam kartumiti. So, it becomes so difficult for the mind to give up karma and engage the mind in upasana. Dukkham cheta samarpanam iti. Karma parityagena upasana eva. Totally to give up karma and engage oneself in upasana, dukkham chetas samarpanam kartum iti. It becomes so difficult because to keep that mind engaged in upasana, giving up the karma, that mind which is so obsessed with the karma, it's so difficult. आपको समझ में आ रहा है? घर जाके आपको थोड़ा ध्यान में लगाओ कि मैं कहाँ कहाँ फंस गया हूँ. जब पता लगता है किचन में फंसे हुआ है, कुछ वरांडा में फंस गए, कुछ लोग हर प्रोसीजर में फंस गए हैं. फ्रस्ट्रेटेड सोल्स. You get obsessed with karma. कर्म दृढ़ीकृतत्वात् कर्म परित्याग उपासना एव. कर्म परित्याग करके उपासना को ही पकड़ना, ओनली से उपासना टू फॉलो, इट बिकम्स अति दुखम चेत समर्पणम इति. कर्मांग विषयमेव तावद आदौ. देयरफॉर इन द बिगिनिंग कर्मांग उपासनास आर प्रिस्क्राइब्ड. व्हाट इज कर्मांग उपासना? कर्म करो, ठीक है, एटलीस्ट फ्यू सेकेंड्स डू ध्यानम before you do karma. Bring little aspect of upasana. So karma and upasana, karma is angi, upasana is anga. Karma is pradhanam, upasana is gaunam. Karma is primary, upasana is secondary. Karma is mukhyam, upasana is amukhyam. Amukhyam. But upasana will enhance the fruits of karma. So what I'd suggest now, to pull you out of this obsessed zone of karma, self-created, self-inflicted wounds of confused state of existence. गुस्सा में ऐसा वर्ड्स निकलता है. So how to come out of it? वहीं रहो. At least to come and make you come out of that karma, a little upasana, a drop of it is added. Let us meditate. Well, no, everybody wants meditation no classes, na? What meditation we do first of all? कुछ समझ में नहीं आता क्या करना चाहिए हमको. तो कर्म प्रधान, the little meditation. First dhyanam, slokas, a sloka, or just imagine some little meditation we added. That's called karmanga upasana. Then as we increase, upasanas are increased, karma is reduced. Karma is reduced not by your wish. Karma is reduced because of your, what is that? Performing the actions without attachment. Therefore, the karmas which are generally added to you because of our performing the actions with attachment, since I stopped attaching myself, only निष्काम सेवा, निष्काम बुद्धि लगाकर मैं कर्म कर रहा हूँ, सो नए नए कर्म का फिर वहाँ पे आके जोड़ना नहीं होता है. That's reason why mind is becoming purer and purer. As the mind is becoming purer and purer, meaning as the karma is being renounced slowly and steadily, as the karma portion is reduced, upasana slowly increases, and upasana becomes completely 100% sometime, and karma becomes so minimum. Other than Sharira Yatra, for Sharira Yatra, no other karma is required for the particular soul who had reached that state of evolution in his journey. Then afterwards he becomes only upasana like a sannyasi. उठता है, कुछ नहाता है, कुछ खाता है, कुछ पीता है, शरीर स्वास्थ्य के लिए घूमता रहता है इधर उधर. He keeps wandering here and there for his body's health. Or even he practices 24 hours, he does that only. Then afterwards Advaita Anubhav, whatever it is, Tattva Chintana, Nishchaya, that comes in later on. So therefore, Adau Tavad Karma Anga Vishayameva Tavad Adau Upasanam Upanyasyate. Therefore, in the first you find lot of Karma Anga Upasanas. Then later on, pure Upasana. Later on, Tattva Nirnaya. Hence, to help the people, one who is caught up or obsessed with our karma, to make him come out of it, this is given. Upasanas are given in the beginning of this Upanishad. Okay? So far, we have completed introduction. Still, some more introduction is there. As we go next sloka, again something will come. Right? Now, in this Upanishad, the first 5 chapters, we need not take Shankara Bhashya completely as it is, because it is too technical. So what do? We read mantra, we know the meaning of it, and wherever it is necessary, we will read that portion of Bhashya. But we will quickly complete these first 5 chapters. Quickly means time लगता है इसको भी, but not through word by word Bhashyam. And word by word Bhashyam we can see in 6th chapter, which is more important. Okay? So tomorrow we'll start the first mantra of the Upanishad. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Sadgurunath Maharaj